Welcome to the Battle Rap Arena show. We just had DNA tonight. We're going to welcome a special guest in a little bit. It's a behind-the-scenes members of URL. It's Norbs. He manages Hoffa. He manages Cortez. We're waiting for him to call in any minute now. If you have any questions for him, 347-215-6721. Again, 347-215-6721. Call in. Have your questions for Norbs ready. Have them in hand because we're waiting to hear from him any minute. Besides that, let's get into a little something right now. Poison Pen just had Vici and Roosevelt on Jimmy Fallon's show. I seen it. It was pretty cool. They gave him 3 words. They had to rhyme each word and made them connect. And Vici really did good. Had the crowd good exposure for the battle rap world. You know, it reminds me of something that Pesci said when he said, "Are you going to? This is what's taking it from an art form to a fad. This is what separates it from an art form to a fad." He said it's becoming too much of a fad with all these leagues and everything. But I don't know. I mean, I really think that they're blowing up. I can't wait for Norbs to call in so we could get into this Summer Madness talk. We're going to have him call in a minute now. And if you're calling in, please don't forget to press the number 1 so I can see you on the screen, and then I can put you on to talk again. You have to press 1. If you call in 347-215-6721, please do not forget to press 1. Besides that, we got the Hoffa Calicoe battle that just happened. You know, I don't know. I mean, some people saying it's left a lot to be desired. When I was there, it did look like Calicoe killed him. And now when you see the video, it's almost like, yeah, maybe he didn't get killed as much, you know. So, you know, it's bringing up a hot topic for debate, and you know, we'll just see what that's about. Also, like the translation from microphone to we got to see what's going on with that. The translation from microphone to video, it didn't look like it came out as clear for some people as it might have for others. Just a bunch of stuff, you know. But again, waiting for Norbs to call in, 347-215-6721. As soon as he calls in, we can get the show going. And again, we just so much to talk to him about. You call in to ask your questions about URL. You can ask about Hoffa. You can ask about general stuff like that. Cortez, I know him and Young Ill seem to be going back and forth at each other quite a bit, and it's kind of like wondering what's going on with that. So we'll just see what's going on with that and what they got planned up next. I do believe that Loaded Lux is going to make an appearance pretty soon, if I'm not mistaken. But, I mean, this is all left to be found out, like I said. So we'll just have to wait and see until we get that phone call. And I do believe we got Yugo on the line. Yugo, what's going on, Yugo?
What's poppin'?
Hello? What's going on, Yugo? We're still waiting for our guest to show up. Yeah, we can hear you. We're still waiting for our guest to show up. What's going on with you, man? Why haven't we seen you on the arena? What's going on?
Oh, man, I'm working a second job and whatnot. But I just released 2 rap battles. We got Jay Mason versus Pandorum and Larry Williams versus Escaflowne Dante. And I'll be stepping in the ring hopefully this Sunday against Pandorum myself. And I'm going to mop the floor with him. But y'all can rest assured I'm going to be getting to, follow the leader. I'm going to be talking about math and Calicoe. I'm definitely got a lot to say about that. We just had Thesaurus and Earth being released on King of the Dot.
Hey, what do you think about what do you think about that translation? Do you think it's translating that well? You know, that mic to video translation is not going so great, is it?
For King of the Dot?
No. The URL Summer Madness, the Hoffa Calicoe. I mean, just in general, like all these great battles, they're not translating that well.
Yeah, and you know what? Smack actually addressed that. And first of all, before I go on, I was going to do this on the arena, but since we're already talking about it, I'm going to do it here. Smack gets a hell of a lot of credit for me for, actually coming clean about the problems they've been having with the handheld mics and all that, when he could have easily been serious, because I know a lot of people, myself included, did not like the handheld mics and all that other stuff. And Smack could have easily just said, screw it, we're, sticking with the handheld mics. But no, he came out and he acknowledged they had a lot of problems with that. So it's like he said they will never do handheld mics again. And I give him all the credit in the world for being as cool about it as he was. Because he could have easily been, screw us and, kept doing it. But no, so it's good to see that they're learning from this mistake. And I hope moving forward, their next event, Summer Madness 2, if they have one, will be a bigger success.
Okay, Yugo, while our guest has taken a little longer than I expected, so can you keep talking, and then I'm just going to bring the guest right on. It's a behind-the-scene player, Norbs, Matt Hoffa, Cortez's manager. I'm just going to get him on the line real quickly. So I know I don't want you to expose too much of your video coming up, but can you just give us a little sneak preview?
No, it's all good. There's still a lot to talk about, so it's good.
So can you give us a little sneak preview as I get the call on?
Well, yeah. Let me talk about Ronan Awkward right now, because that's definitely a battle I've been wanting to touch on, and there was a lot of good stuff in there. I'll be the first to say I was surprised Awkward came as hard as he was, because I thought the battle was going to be a body bag, and that's what everybody's been telling me. Rome body bagged him, and it's like, well, not really. I mean, if it wasn't for Awkward choking the third round, it would have been very close. And that's probably one of the best battles I've seen Awkward in a long time. It was definitely a good look for him. Roan, of course, is a beast. And he's been on... Say what?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Yugo, I'm back with our guest of the evening, Norbs. Matt Hoffa, Cortez's manager. Say what if you want to say what's up, say what up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I just got caught in the rain going to the store, so did I hear the rain? I'm outside right now. What's good, though?
Well, it was good. No, we were just talking right before we got you on. We're just talking about this. By the way, Yugo, if you didn't notice, or if Norbs, you didn't notice, Poison Pen had two rappers that you might have actually seen on Grind Time, Beachy and Roosevelt. They were on Jimmy Fallon Live. They were doing a little rhyme playing, got a little screen time on NBC.
Oh, wow, that's what's up.
So that's a big look
for
the battle. Yeah, it's a big look for the battle rap world. They gave them 3 words, and they had them go up there and compete. But, I mean, to be seen on NBC, I mean, it just shows you how strong the movement is going. Now, Norbs, we were talking about this, and I was there live, so I feel like it was one of the best events I've ever been to, Summer Madness.
Okay. Thank you for coming out.
Oh, yeah, of course. But it's not translating that well with the microphone to the video.
Okay.
It is, but it is. I don't know. What's your take? Do you disagree with me?
No, to be honest with you, a lot of people are probably going to say that, I'm going to be biased or whatever towards the situation. But it obviously, it's a big difference. And people don't realize when you do use a microphone, you lose a lot of the performance and all that. And some of the battles, it seemed like people weren't even catching rhymes. You know what I'm saying? And people were just anticipating punchlines as opposed to listening to what was being said, because there's a lot of bars, like, for instance, in the math battle that were said that were incredible, and people were just not, it was like they didn't even hear them. And a lot of the fans are actually saying that. And at the same time, a lot of people say Hitman Holla, who's a very performance-based artist, it did affect them. But you gotta deal with it at the time. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna bullshit and say it wasn't an issue. It definitely did affect the battles that night, and it did affect maybe the translation from the camera to the mic. It definitely did.
Are you satisfied?
If I could jump in right here real quick, I need to ask about this, because we're just coming off of the Mass Calicoe battle, crazy battle. What is Matt's mindset right now? Because I remember I forget what interview, I think it was with Matt Ailes. He said he wanted his last battle to be a classic. So is Math like stepping out of the game right now, or what's the deal? What's going on?
Well, Math is probably the only battler at this point that's having a successful transition to the mainstream, and a lot of people are really respecting Math. We have a lot of things on the table. A lot of people want to work with Math, so his mind frame is really making an impact in the music industry. And not saying that he's not focused on battling in his blood. Math actually absolutely loves to perform. Like, he loves competition. He's one of the few people that would never turn down a battle. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, if it's a challenge, he's going to do it. And he's not one of those guys that's going to take a battle where it's something that he's going to walk through. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be in his blood, but at the same time, it's like, he's a great artist. Like, I don't know if you ever heard his music, but if you go download ACMD2, ACMD3, he's on every blog that's major in terms of music, and it's only a matter of time before Math course is over. So, but I'm not going to sit here and say he'll never battle again.
Yeah, no doubt.
While we're on the subject of the crossing over to mainstream, and I do agree with you, Math it's funny because I actually think Math and T-Rex are probably the two best.
Oh yeah, T-Rex definitely has the music. Mm-hmm.
You know, but while we're on that subject, the Iron Solomon video. I forgot what it was, the summer, but it was like really metro.
The Spring Fever.
Spring Fever. There we go. What do you think of that? Do you think that's like an artist making the right move, trying to be somebody he's not, or?
I'll be honest with you. Solomon's a really good friend of mine, so I don't want to, I'm not going to shit on him. I like the song, actually, to be honest with you. Like, having said that, the guy that was dancing looked like the guy from Men on Film from In Living Color. So it was kind of weird to me, but the song was dope. I mean, I probably would have went different visually, but I mean, I respect Solomon's take on the music, and he's definitely trying to stand out. And it definitely stood out to me when I seen that video. So, but I like Solomon's music, though.
So for the people who don't know you, you manage Math.
Yeah, I manage Math, the entire NYB. I'm one of the partners at URL, the biggest rap league, the best rap league in the world. Just making noise, man. Like,
do you have to keep an eye out for competition? Like, have you been watching World Domination 2, King of the Dot?
At the end of the day, we represent the streets, and we represent what the streets want to see in hip-hop. In terms of King of the Dot is more, it's more of that thesaurus on Rap Olympic style, as opposed to what the fans want to see in URL, which is the street shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really think it's competition, and it's different styles to me. I enjoy watching King of the Dot. I enjoy watching Grind Time, but they're more similar as opposed to us. I think King of the Dot and Grind Time are more in competition than us. Like, the battles aren't even similar. The battles aren't, it's totally different.
I would agree wholeheartedly with that assessment. That's a very good assessment.
No,
I would agree.
There's an agreement, but there's not, because, you still have the top-tier names. You still have the Howl of the Dons that, URL would love, but, King of the Dot would love to snatch him up in a second, Of
course, of course. Hollow is a very versatile artist. Like, he's probably the most, in the battle, the most popular all around. He does everything. Hollow's semi-weirdo. Like, he's a chameleon. He can do everything. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to see Big T in King of the Dot, but I would like to see Hollow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Good points. Yugo, go ahead. I know your phone's breaking up, so go ahead. I didn't mean to
No. If you say of NYB or just a couple of members of NYB?
Oh, I represent the whole group. In terms of the group project, we're actually working on an album right now. And, like I said, it's family, so whatever needs to be done for the family, I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely manage Math Hoffa, Hands, Bear.
There you go. You just answered my question about the whole album coming out, because I know a lot of cats are working on music now, because that seems to be the recurring theme when you're a top-tier battler, is to go and, take care of your music angle. So it's like I wanted to know, like, is all of NYB working on an album? And you pretty much asked that question, so it's like, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, we actually released the first joint off of the album, which is called Literally, which was just a taste for the fans and stuff like that. And, it got a little buzz. We're about to shoot the video for it. But, everybody's doing their thing, putting out their own solo project, so it kind of got delayed.
Right.
But we're still working on it,
Right. Good stuff. But after coming off of Summer Madness, so I know Math is working on his music and whatnot. What about the rest of NYB? I know Hollow. What is NYB doing? What's Cortez up to? What's going on?
Everybody's doing. Hold on one second. I'll answer that.
Not a problem.
You know what's funny, Yugo? I just want to tell people, like, you weren't really prepared for this, and, like, you just got so into the interview.
Dude, I'm good at improv.
Yeah, my fault. I was in the rain, so I had to,
No, it's all good.
Yeah, so what you were saying?
No, I just said, off of Summer Madness, Math, the Math Calicoe battle already happened. I don't know if Cortez has another battle lined up. The battle is after. That's what everybody keeps saying.
Cortez is actually scheduled to battle Young Hills right now.
NYB,
Mm-hmm. Well, Cortez is actually scheduled to battle Young Hills on the next event, so he's already locked in.
Oh, nice.
So, that's definitely going down. He's battling Young Hills. He has a project coming out. Hollow's everywhere. He got clothes coming out. He got fucking CDs. He's definitely a hustler. Like, we're definitely everywhere right now as a unit. You know what I mean?
Now, is there really like any friction between Cortez and T-Rex, or is this mostly for like camera show? Or
at the end of the day, for competition, there's always going to be some type of a friction, but it's a friendly friction. It's not like we're going to go to the street and we're going to see T-Rex and we're going to beat him up. It's more like, I'm better than you. I want to prove it, and, Cortez wants to make it happen. And T-Rex is, T-Rex is the master of a mind game. So.
Now, it's cool to follow you on Twitter, actually. And if you don't know his Twitter, is at StreetStar Norb, and that's his Twitter. So follow him, because all the battle rappers are talking to him in the middle of a discussion, because they were talking to you. Goods and Murder Mook were talking to you about that one round for 5,000 with Goods and Mook. That's still a possibility, because it seemed almost on Twitter like it was a definite through you.
So you said Goods and Mook?
Yeah, weren't Goods and Mook supposed to battle for one round for $5,000? This was like, I'm going back 5-6 months ago. But they were talking on Twitter, and it was going through you.
I know Good says a lot of things. So, would I want to see that battle? Nah. I'll be honest with you. I think they're cool. I'd rather see somebody that has bad blood with Mook as opposed to a sparring match. I want to see knockouts. I want to see animosity. And I'd really rather see Math versus Mook, because they really do have somewhat of a rivalry. Like, I don't want to see a bunch of friends
battle. Talking about, I hate to cut you off, Norbs. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool, yes. Since we're talking about Math versus Mook, the song Kill Calicoe, Math was going really hard at Loaded Lux. I noticed that. What's going on with Math and Lux? Is there something going on there, or
it's competition. Loaded Lux is regarded as one of the best to ever do it, and Math is putting in a lot of work, and he's regarded as one of the greatest to ever do it. And like I said, Math is the most competitive dude I've ever met. Like, if you tell Math, I'm a better shooter than you, he's gonna take you to the basketball court, and you're gonna shoot jump shots. He's gonna try to prove you wrong with everything. And when people say Loaded Lux is the best in New York, Math is like, that's who I want. And that's just Math's mindset. He's the most competitive dude I've ever met. Like, it's ridiculous. And Loaded Lux is one of the guys he did. Huh?
No. Go ahead and finish the thought. I'm going to jump in after.
At the time, Math had called out Loaded Lux about 2 years ago, and, Loaded Lux was, I guess, on his high horse, and was like, nah, he's not battling, he's running a battle league and whatever. So when Lux decided to come back, he called out Math. So now Math is like, I don't want to battle you now. When we were going to do it, you didn't want to do it. So it's kind of, it's just,
right.
It's all in the game. But if it does happen, I'd love to see it, to be honest with
you. So what does it take to set up a battle?
Sometimes dealing with egos. Like, this guy just thinks he's better than this guy, and I won't battle him because I feel like I'm in a higher stature. So sometimes it's a lot of ego. Sometimes it's, you know, you're dealing with artists, so it's kind of weird.
Right. I can imagine that dealing with, egos and whatnot.
Okay, I wanted to ask something too. Now, now you're all good for this. You're all good with this personality for show and stuff. But I mean, do you think like people like Disaster take it a little too far when they're trying to get a battle with like the name calling and stuff? Because I noticed like him and you went back and forth at Twitter, and I'm telling you, Yugo, if you don't follow him on Twitter, you gotta follow him because it's so funny because everybody has something to say to Norbs. And even Disaster was kind of like, when he was calling out how it was done and everything, I think he like even made a smart remark to you or something, and you're like, you're the nicest person in real life. You know?
Oh yeah, Disaster is what I like to call, like, I respect everything he does. He's definitely one of the best to ever do it. And but he likes to push your buttons, and sometimes you got to go right back at Disaster. He's a master of the mind games, and you know, you're coming at my brother. Hollywood Don's my brother. So at the end of the day, you can't say anything about nobody on my team without me responding, and that's regardless of the whole Smack thing and everything like that. Like, same thing with Smack, and you know, I can go back and forth with anybody. Like, you're not going to tell me, you know, like, people like to play the mental games, but I'm really good at them, too. And, you know, Disaster knows what time it is. And, like I said, sometimes he might cross the line. Like, I thought he crossed the line with Jin. I thought that was really disrespectful. But he's a great guy. To be honest with you, Disaster's really a great guy. He just does it for the attention and to build up his battles. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you actually consider it smart marketing, or do you think it's disrespect? Like, where's that line draw?
Sometimes he can cross the line, but he does try to keep it competitive. The best, to me personally, the best in terms of marketing a battle is Awkward. Awkward is by far the best in advertising himself as an MC. Like, he's great. But Disaster does a great job, man. Like, I mean, sometimes you could go far. Like, I don't think you should involve family by name. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody were to disrespect my you know, bringing my mother, sort of picture of my mother, like, I would really take that. And I think he crossed the line with Jin.
Yeah, that was a little out of... you mentioned Awkwards. You know, we all seen... I don't know if you've seen it, but the huge upset that Roan had over Awkwards.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think it was an upset. I think Roan is phenomenal. Roan is actually I would say he's the best in grind time. Him, and I don't really consider Sway Sever grind time, but Roan is definitely hands down the best battler in grind time. And I have no issue saying that. I think Disaster should step in the ring with Roan. Roan can really rap, and that's what people don't
Roan
really
was clean as fuck. Roan would end Disaster. That's no debating right there. I hate to cut you off, but
No, go ahead.
Roan was cool.
Roan is great, man. Like that.
Would we ever see Roan or Awkwards? I was going to make it Awkwards, but now we're giving Roan attention. So will we ever see them on the URL stage?
Me and Roan have spoke about it. Roan is like, he's a great guy. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Roan, and if I could make it happen where it makes sense, I would definitely be down to do it. Like, it all depends.
There's a little worry of translation there?
See, Roan is so, like, to me, I think he's the king of that style of battling, but I think Roan can make the transition. I honestly think. I remember I was watching the DNA battle, and the first 2 rounds he basically was Roan, and then the 3rd round he actually I remember he basically said, "Now I'm going to rhyme like you rhyme," and he basically started, and he really showed his versatility. And I think Roan can actually battle on Smack, and I'll be honest with you, I think he's phenomenal, to be honest with you. So I think he can make the transition. And we've actually had conversations about it, me and Roan. Like, me and Roan, you know, I consider him a friend, and we went back and forth about actually him coming over. So, I mean, it's a possibility. I would never rule it out because I think he's great. And we at the URL want the best, period. And I think Roan is definitely one of the best.
I mean, wow. Like, so are you, like, making a statement here saying that Roan is the best grind time rapper? Can we put that in quotations?
I don't think anybody can beat Roan in grind time. And I say this I think Swave is not a grind time rapper. I'm just saying that. But I think nobody can beat Roan on grind time. Nobody. Hands down. Not Thesaurus, not Disaster, not Ilmac. Nobody can beat it. It is what it is.
Okay. You go ahead. I know we don't do this a lot. We only got 4 minutes, but I do hope to go over our time with you for a one-time thing, just because, I mean, we don't have to talk about one battle or battling somebody else. With a behind-the-scenes player, we could talk about with a bunch of other stuff and what URL has lined up, and we didn't even get into that yet. So if you don't mind, would you hang out with us for like an extra 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, man. Like, hey, man, I'll call in every day if y'all want, man. We can have this conversation, no problem. I definitely appreciate the love, man. Real talk.
Is that cool, Yugo?
Yeah, that's good stuff. I might drop out,
okay,
but I got to take care of some other business. But my last question, and I'm going to get going, is okay. So we got will there ever be a scenario where we'll get Hollow the Don versus Matt, or Cortez versus D Chambers? Will there ever be a competition? Will there ever be a possibility?
D Chambers doesn't battle rap.
Yeah,
D Chambers doesn't battle rap though.
I'm gonna be honest with you, like. And this is just knowing Math, like that's family. Math is like my brother, so I know Math can't battle a dude. Like, he loves Hollow. Like, really, literally. Like, he considers him a brother, and Math wouldn't want to battle him. Like, it wouldn't, and I don't think Hollow would want to battle him. I mean, I couldn't see that happening. Like, those guys are really close, and like I said, I know Math would not battle somebody that he feels for, like, in a sense, like that's his dude. You know what I mean? We got an album coming out together, like, we hang with each other. You know, like, it's a different story. I mean, like I said, I would say 99.99% sure that it would never happen.
That's unfortunate. I would love to see those two go at it. Maybe Math and Cortez. That'd definitely be a good battle if it ever happened.
I think they're the
best.
If
there's no chance of it happening, then, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. I'm just saying, you know, for the possibility of it, that'd be a really intense battle, you know.
I mean, it definitely would be. It would be odd. Like, I don't know, you know, but I doubt it. Like, I know Math way better than anybody out there, and I know he's not that type of dude that will battle somebody that he considers a brother or anything like that. I know him.
Well, if you could ever get him on the show, that would be greatly appreciated. Just throw that out there.
We could definitely do that. We could definitely do that. That's not a problem. Your next show is what, next Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could definitely do it. I'll talk to Matt tomorrow. We'll make it happen.
There we go. Yugo, action should be granted.
There we go. Awesome. Anyway,
okay.
Norbs, man, it's good
go ahead.
You hanging out with us. I got to roll out. Hello?
Nah, definitely, anytime. Yeah, anytime, Yugo. I definitely appreciate you guys even considering me on the show. Thank you.
Right,
well, no, absolutely. You know, it was. It's funny because the way it worked was it's one behind-the-scene player with another, because we were originally prepared for Poison Pen, but he had this thing with the artist on Jimmy Fallon too, and everything, and he was at an event and everything. But it's kind of like it kind of worked out perfectly. Would you agree, Yugo?
I mean, Poison Pen is as interesting as me anyway, but you know.
Before I leave,
I said Poison. I was like, Poison Pen isn't as interesting as me anyway, but, you know, that's my man, though. You know.
No, great. Well, that's another thing, though. Like, do you look at somebody like Lush and you're like, what the hell is he doing, owning his own company? Or how do you feel about it? Like, should we put the gloves in front of you, or should we put the gloves back on?
I don't really know Lush's situation. I don't even think he's a part of Grind Time. Isn't he part of King of the Dot now? I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. I haven't really spoken to Lush in a while.
No, Lush created Grind Time. Organic is King of the Dot.
No. I know that, but I know D-Rex is actually. I thought D-Rex started it, and Lush one left Grind Time. I don't really know. That's what I thought. I wasn't even sure.
No. He just came out with a video recently saying that he was actually about to leave, but he cannot leave, like, Grind Time in the state that it's in. So what he wants to do now, it's like a charity where he's asking the fans to donate. We just lost Yugo. Yugo, thanks for being with us. Norb, let's continue this conversation a little longer if you don't mind.
I'm here, brother. I'm here.
Lush came out with this video talking about, let's not let the fans help out. So
it's funny. We had I'm listening.
No, he wasted all this money, and it was just like a lot of promised money to artists that didn't get delivered, and borrowing money, and he actually found himself in debt. So he wants to throw like one huge Summer Madness, if you will, for California, and bring down Grind Time West one more time for like the hugest event ever. Well, this is what his video stated. So
when did he shoot this video?
It's been like 3-4 weeks ago. It's Lush One. It's on YouTube. Lush One addresses the situation, something like that. He put it on his Facebook.
I'll say.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Lush One. I like Lush One. He's a good dude. They just gotta make. If they want, I'll take over to Grind Time West. I mean, it's not a problem. We can make it happen. You know how we do. We make classics, and the West Coast needs URL. So, like I said, man, Lush, man, it's all good, baby. We rock with you, but
well, there was actually what did he say in the video? I'm not even trying to cause.
Oh no, you can say it. I don't care.
Email. But he, what did he say? He said, we helped build some of the same rappers that helped our competition take us out. Some statement like that. And, I mean, we kind of all know who could be directed towards.
Of course. You got to understand, when you're at the throne, you got to, when you're the king, people are going to throw stones at the throne. So, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not going to diss Lush One. I'm not going to take that. And, I'm not going to, it is what it is. If that's how you feel, that's cool. Like I said, Math, I personally don't care. Like I said, I don't want them to go out of business. I mean, they have a lane that they want to do. That's fine. We just happen to, be the best of what we do. Like, I don't know.
It seems like Grind Time New York is not going anywhere, though. They seem like they're here to stay, which I'm kind of happy about. But
yeah, man, Poison Pen does a great job. Poison Pen and my brother Motor Technique, they do a really good job. I go to all the events. They do a really great job of bringing in talent. So I don't think they're going anywhere. They know what they're doing.
Do you think that there's a case of that, of people just maybe not knowing what they're doing, trying to get involved with it, like good intentions, but almost too much to deal with at the end?
I mean, at the level that we're operating at Smack, our level is it's
but
crazy.
Smack didn't start off at that level neither, though, because it was at the park with J Mills and Murder Mook, right?
Oh no, of course. But when you grow and you become what you become, then expectations grow. And if you've noticed, everything we've done has topped the next one. And with Smack is like the master. Like, Smack is a genius, and people don't even realize this. Like, working with Smack is like one of the biggest achievements of my career, and it's just watching him and his vision of what he sees the battle rap world. Him and Beasley and Chico, they see us at the Garden, so it's like we're operating and trying to get to there. Now, in terms of people developing, like you're saying, like starting off small and building up, sometimes people do make mistakes. I can't, like I said, I wouldn't invest, whatever money that was spent carelessly, that was on them. You know what I mean? Sometimes it happens. It happens when you're in business. Sometimes it is what it is, man. I don't really know their financial situation.
How did you get involved with Smack, though? Was this after? Were you with Smack from the beginning, or was this like purely business?
No, I mean, Smack basically was hammering my name in the streets like crazy, and he was just like
what do you do?
Well, I'm a manager. I was managing Math. I was managing various artists. I was in the street. I was hustling and going to video shoots, doing this, doing that, and then Smack just kept hearing my name. And he was like, man, there's something about this kid, and he eventually reached out to me and was like, listen, man, there's something about you, and I definitely want you to be a part of my team. And we basically ended up figuring out how, and when we signed the Math and T-Rex battle, Beasley just calls me out of nowhere, and he's on the phone. He's like, "Listen, we're gonna start the URL. It's gonna be like the UFC of battle rap and da da da." So I'm like, I'm all in. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all in. Like, I'm working with Smack, like, because Smack is, to me, Smack is known as the Hood Bible. Like, shout out to my boy Liaison. That's what he calls it. And like, to work with a brand that's so powerful, has been instrumental making so many stars. I had to jump on the opportunity, and I bring my talents to Smack, and we went from there, man. It was almost like the Heat, man, and bringing Wade, LeBron, and Bosh together. Minus, not winning the championship because we gonna win, but that's how it went down.
No, exactly. And then, okay, so then with this competition though, like, now with your loyalty to Math and Cortez as just being the managers and stuff, now will it be out of your realm to go and make a T-Rex battle with somebody that you don't associate with? Is that cool? Like, would you make like a Rex and Roan battle, for instance?
Be honest with you, I've done work with T-Rex before, and it's not an issue. Like, I dealt with negotiating for T-Rex already before, so T-Rex is a good dude. Like, we don't have no issues. You know what I mean? Like, it's business. Like, business is business. The language of money overpowers everything. And like I said, like, ain't no issues with me and T-Rex. T-Rex is a good dude. Like, he'll tell you himself that I've gotten him paid and he's gotten me paid. So it is what it is.
Okay. And then, like I said, when I was there at the event, and I think one of the lines that really won the crowd over with Calicoe and Math was when Calicoe went to his face and said, "I'm at the same spot Dose was at."
Yeah.
And, Math reached over and, like, squeezed his cheek, and it's kind of
I don't think it was a squeeze. It was more like he knocked on the door on his chin. That's what I saw. It's crazy. I didn't see that at the battle. And when I seen it on tape, it was kind of crazy. Like, I was like, wow. I didn't even know how to react to that. Like,
well,
wow.
I was going to say, like, do you think Math really got heated? Like, he really wanted to throw that swing at that line, or?
I mean, nah, Math, the way Math went about it was, like, everybody knows Math is notoriously famous for, shout out to Dose for punching Dose in the face. And, everybody wants to use that against Math. It gets eventually tiring that everybody uses against Math. And I guess he knew Calicoe was going to do that.
There's certain ways to use it against them. I think
No, of course, Verb did a good job with it. But when he used it against him, Math was basically letting the crowd know that he really doesn't want to do what he's doing right now. So I guess that's how he tried to interpret it. I mean, some people took it as he's bullying him or he's... No, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I mean, when I seen it, I was like, what the hell was that? Like, I didn't even know. You know what I mean? But shout out to Calicoe. Like, he handled it like a professional, and they kept on going, and that's it. But it really did bug me out when I seen it.
We're talking about Math a lot in the last 7 minutes. I'm going over with us.
That's cool. I can talk about Math all day, man. That's my bro.
Well, I wanted to mention somebody else, though, that you manage.
Yeah.
Cortez.
Well, Cortez is part of the NYB project, so, definitely I manage the whole group situation. So.
But you manage Cortez solo also, right?
No, I actually don't. I do some how do you say, I help with his project and whatever I can do for him. Like I said, he's part of my team, but I manage Math as a solo artist, but I manage the group album.
Okay. So you don't. Well, Cortez is one of those. Would Cortez ever be that top tier battle, or is he already? I mean, I don't know. Let me know.
I honestly, let's break down Cortez's resume. He battled at Ice. You already know the outcome of that. He put on one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in Harlem, and went crazy.
Well, for me, that's Cortez's best performance, though. Just to be fair, I'm a Cortez fan, but just to be fair, that's his best performance.
Yeah, and the story behind that's insane. Like, people thought he was going to get demolished, and Cortez went to Harlem and went crazy. Let's break down his resume. You got Cortez battled Head Ice, went crazy against Head Ice. Then battled X Factor, had a great performance against X Factor. Battled Hitman Holla, who was regarded as one of the top tier dudes, and arguably won that battle. you could say he won, he lost, but regardless, it was probably the best battle of that year.
that battle was a tie. I believe that battle was a tie.
Oh, no, I agree with you. Like, it was so crazy. He then battled Marv One, who's probably regarded as the best in Detroit, or one of the top 3 in Detroit. His resume speaks for itself. Like, I don't understand how people can consider him a mid-tier dude. I think he's one of the elite, to be honest with you. Like, his resume speaks for itself, man. Like,
well,
if you consider...
what I mean by that is, can Cortez's name sell out a smack event as a main event?
I think he could. I think people, depending on the matchup, the right matchup, I think he could definitely do it. It's just, will people be willing to battle him? That's the question. And Cortez is not somebody that...
Going too far. We only got four minutes left, so I just want to get this question out. Talking about going too far, right? We got Hitman, we got Cortez and Young Ill going back and forth with each other. Yugo's more of a king of the Dutch, so he didn't even know that battle was locked in. Cortez was saying how, he brought out his friend on the video blog, and they were talking about how gay Young Ill is and whatnot, and then Young Ill came up with the responses like, why would you even go there? Like, why would you bring somebody I don't know talking about smacking me? Like,
you know what it is? I was actually with Young Ill the day the blog dropped. I was in St. Louis, and we spoke about it, and I was just like, dog, like sometimes people have bad judgment, and when a camera comes on, people just decide to jump. I've done interviews where people jump in front of my interview, but sometimes you just got to tell people, yo, get out of here. Who is this guy? I mean, I don't know the kid personally. I never met that dude. I don't know if Cortez knows him, to be honest with you. But, certain things shouldn't be put out like that. I mean, everybody's human. They make a mistake. But at the end of the day, there is an understanding that it's a competition, and there's no beef between Young Ill and Cortez. It was just a mistake. You know what I mean? I would have not went that route. You know what I mean? But
right.
It is what it is.
I think Young Ill actually took a better approach on the video blogs, and that's why he won the video blog. And if you actually see Cortez's last video when he's like, trying to better myself, you see the likes compared to the dislikes. You know what I mean? So it's like the internet fans do know what they're looking at. It's just not net nerds. I think so.
No, I think especially with the URL fans, I think we have the greatest fans. Period. So they look into it. Sometimes people do take certain things a little bit too serious, but at the end of the day, we're a big family at the URL, man. Like, we support everybody. And Cortez had another blog where he was talking about everybody that battles should support each other's music. So everybody's positive, man. Like I said, I was in St. Louis kicking it with Young Ills 2 weeks ago. Like, I think Young Ills is one of the best, period, hands down. And I think that battle's going to be one of the best battles to ever go down. Now,
let me get to another question then.
Yeah.
One more question to throw at you for the 2 minutes we got left. Averb, is he as cool as Young Ill, or is he as cocky as he comes off?
Averb is the funniest dude you might ever meet. Like, he's a cool dude. He's fucking hilarious in person. But he's a showman. So when he gets in front of that camera, he becomes the evil Verb. But in person, the Verb's not like that. He's actually very humble. He's a good dude. But when that camera comes on, man, and he got to entertain, he's an entertainer, man. That's what he does. And by the way, his music is incredible. So if you guys want to check out some good music from a battler, check out Averb. Great. He makes great music.
Go ahead. We got a minute 30 left. Go ahead. Promote everything you got coming up.
First of all, you guys got to get that ACMD3 on iTunes. Math Hoffa's ACMD3 on iTunes is, if you listen to all his mixtapes, you see the growth. And he got features from Method Man, shout out to Method Man, the big homie. Definitely get ACMD3. The album is great. Literally great. There's nothing but great reviews. We're working on the next event, also the next PG's in November, Proving Ground. So that's really big right now on Smack URL. Cortez has a project coming out. I don't know the name of Cortez's project. Also, Howard Dawn, cop from LOM T-shirts. Some shit is fire. He has the flyer shirts out. Shout out to my Flash Life clothing line. Yeah, I got a cop Flash Life clothing line. I need anything with Flash Life. FlashLife.com. FlashLifeNewYorkCity.com. Go on there.
NewYorkCity.com?
Yes, sir. I think it's that. Don't quote me, but it should be that.
Okay. All right, with 20 seconds left, yo, thanks a lot, man. Like I said, we had a lot of battle of rappers. You're the only one that we took over time with, just because I felt like we have so much more to talk about with you than just one battle after another. You know what I mean?
We got to do a part 2, man. I'm down to do a part 2 next